Hi, this is Tom. In this video, we're going to continue our scatterplot graph. And in order to do that, the first thing I'm going to need is we're going to take our data set here. I'm going to copy that. We're going to move it down here. We can start with a fresh amount of real estate. Let's just paste it right here. And I'm going to shrink it down. There's no need for all that. And there. All right. There's our graph, or there's our data. Now, here's what we're going to do, and you can do it in different ways. But the first thing we're going to do is when we make our plot, we're going to put time. I'm going to write this over here. Let's plot, we're going to plot, that's the word for the day. We plot time on the vertical axis. And principal on the horizontal axis. Okay, so here we go. Notice, so here's what it looks like. Is it kind of looks similar to when we drew a histogram initially. We had a horizontal axis, we have a vertical axis. Okay, so notice that for our horizontal axis, we're going to call this is time and principal. And so you should label these if you're ever in doubt. Make sure they're labeled. It'll also help you to personally keep track. Now, when we write these, we're going to make what's called graph an ordered pair. So what is an ordered pair? An ordered pair is always two related numbers, and it's always given as well as the horizontal value and then the vertical value. And it's always that way unless oddly expressed otherwise. So notice that that's going to mean that our ordered pairs are going to be principal and time. So if you've ever taken an algebra class, we would call this horizontal axis, we'd call it x, and we'd call the vertical axis y. So this is in algebra. An ordered pair is always x comma y. And also, in algebra, x is called the independent variable. And y, oh, let's do this. X is called the independent variable, and y is the dependent variable. And in statistics, we would say the independent variable is the explanatory. So this is the explanatory. And the dependent is the response. And that's the relation between algebra and statistics. Now, let's look at this. My columns are switched here, but we can do this. So let's do our principal. It goes all the way up to 100. So let's go by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. There they are. And our time goes from 1 to 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So our first ordered pair, and we'll write that in a moment, is the principal of 100 and the time of 1. So here's how we would graph our first ordered pair. We'll do this in another color. So my principal is 100. So I go all the way to 100, and imagine then I have a vertical line extending up. And then I go to the time, well that's 1, and I follow the horizontal line that comes out of the 1. And where these two lines meet, we place a dot. And that would be my ordered pair of 100, 1. Let's do another one. Let's do this in orange. Our next one says time is 2. So that means I'll have a horizontal line that comes out of 2. And if you have real graph paper, you don't have to make all these dashes. But it's easier for me to keep track when I'm drawing these on a non-graphed screen. And my principal is 85. So right there, that's the ordered pair of 85, 2. And then, let's continue this. So our next point here is 369, 3. So 69 is probably right about there. Go straight up 3, come across. There they are, right there. That's 69, 3. And then 51, 4. So 70, here's 60, here's 50. So 51 and 4 right there. So that's the ordered pair, 51, 4. And the next one is 31, 5, 50. There's 40, there's 30. So 31, 5, 31 and 5. It's there. And we'll label that 31, 5. And look at that, our last one is 6 and 9. So, I'm sorry, the order would be 9 and 6. So 30, you're down to 20, there's 10. So 9 and 6. And that would be my last dot, that's 9, 6. Now, I called them an ordered pair because order does matter. So for example, if I chose 100, 1, and I graphed it as 1, 100, well, let's see what that would happen. I'll do it in red so that we know not to do this. Well, that would mean I'd start over here at 1, and I'd have to go all the way up to 100. Well, goodness gracious, that's going to take me somewhere up here, and probably actually far, far, far above that. And eventually, somewhere up here, we have to skip some more space, we'd land at 100. And so you see the idea is that the order of the pairs does matter. So whenever an order is given, you need to be sure that you adhere to that order very closely. Okay, in our next video, we're going to try one more example of another data set. We're going to take a look at height and shoe size. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.